guys. Very nice to be with you after our holiday break. Back for another, I don't think I should actually officially rename these coffee time, but I've been drinking coffee for a lot of these and not tea. But I'm still definitely a tea drinker. I drank a lot of tea over the course of my time off, and I still have a cup of tea here in the afternoon. I'm one of those people that caffeine doesn't really seem to have a sleep impact on me. As I know my husband gets very nervous about having tea anytime past noon. He's afraid it'll keep him up at night, but it doesn't keep me up. So I always drink tea in the afternoon. Okay, so I'm having like this really, like a sad morning, I guess is the way that I would put it. And yeah, it's a little sad. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see that last night I mentioned that somebody that I work with, I found out yesterday passed away, and it was extremely unexpected. When we got the email, I saw the name and I was looking at his name and I thought, who is that? Because I didn't really know his last name off the top of my head. And then I thought, well, I know, his name was Mike as well. I know a lot of Mikes. So this is Mike from the circulation desk at the library that I work at. And I knew his first name, and I only very passingly knew his last name. And so I was looking at it, but that can't possibly be him. It can't be him because he wasn't very old. So it took a little while for that to sink in. And nobody that I knew very well, but just one of the faces of the libraries. You saw him as soon as you came in because he worked at the circulation desk and always had a smile on his face. He's one of those people with a very kind of calming manner. And at a circulation desk in a library, you sometimes deal with people that are upset about things. If they have a fine for a book that they say that they returned, but that the system is saying is overdue, or people that are looking for something, and if the reference desk is closed, they go to circulation and they want something right then that circulation can't necessarily help them with. And so they're dealing with all sorts of customer service issues. And he was a person that was always just very calming and soothing and very kind. And he will be very, very much missed. I feel very sad. I was thinking about that all yesterday evening, and this morning I woke up and thought of him. And so I said a prayer for the repose of his soul. And if you would do that too, I would, of course, be very grateful. Wonderful, wonderful man named Mike. That's worked at the circulation desk. So we're all feeling pretty melancholy about that here this morning. And when I got in, I had a text from my husband, Mike, who asked me to call him, and so I did. And he let me know that his grandma had passed away. And we've known that this was coming for some time. His grandma, wonderful, wonderful, faithful lady. I always noticed her rosary beads when we would go to visit her. She would have them right in the little case right by her chair. And so she was a devoted Catholic and sweet lady. She was in her 90s and hadn't been well in some time, and lived in an assistive care facility. And so, obviously we knew that she had limited time left. And so it's one of those things where it's not a surprise, but it's always sad. You can't help but be sad. You're glad that somebody had a long, full life, but you miss them. And just thinking about them not being here where you can see and talk to them anymore, it brings that level of emptiness, I suppose. So we've been doing lots of rearranging here this morning. So tomorrow, January 8th, is I don't know if this is grammatically the correct way of saying it, but my and Mike's 11th wedding anniversary. And so we were planning on taking a trip, a weekend getaway without the children, for 2 nights this weekend. So now everything has changed. And so his grandma lived out of town from where we live. So we're going to be traveling and going to her funeral. And so we moved our anniversary trip to another weekend. So we've just been taking care of making all of those rearrangements. Lots of things to rearrange. So it's just one of those mornings where I just feel like I feel of a few of the emotions that I've mentioned. Very melancholy, kind of somber. There's a somber feeling to the morning. So yeah, so that's what I'm up to. And And so if you would say a prayer for the repose of Mike's grandma, for her soul as well, we would very much appreciate that. And so that's what we have going on this morning, dealing with all of that. And so prayers, of course, very much appreciated. One of the first things I thought of as I was talking to Mike was I really want to go to adoration later today. So I think I'm going to leave work maybe 15 minutes early so that I can stop off on my way home and do that. I think that'll bring a lot of comfort. So I'm going to be doing that. So besides those things for which we are requesting prayers, we're doing well. Just dealing with all of the different plans and things that need taken care of right now. But quickly before I sign off, I wanted to say that Lara got in touch with me. I think I would pronounce your name Lara because it's spelled Lara, but maybe you pronounce it Laura. I'm not sure. But Lara got in touch with me about being friends on Fitbit. Yay! So I'm now friends with her. Send me an email if you want to connect on Fitbit and we can do challenges. Fitbit Lara invited me to a couple of challenges, and Fitbit got in touch with me to tell me that I was already in 5 challenges and therefore I couldn't take on any more right now. It seems sort of surprising to me that they had a limit on how many challenges you could be in, but they have a limit. So, and I have reached it, but I love those daily motivational challenges. And so I'm in a couple of work week challenges and the goal day challenges, and one of which is with Lara. And then she invited me to a weekend one that Fitbit said I had to wait to sign up for until my queue is freed up a little bit. So working on that. But I'm excited. The motivation has been absolutely wonderful and very important. Christina and I have been talking about this a lot lately, how physical activity is just so important for multiple reasons. Not only just to stay in shape and do nice things for your body, but just it really helps to lift your mood. And so that's a really good thing. And I've been very much enjoying all of the extra little fit things I've been doing with my Fitbit. So if you have a Fitbit, get in touch with me. I would love to hear from you. But in the meantime, I will look forward to talking to you next week and updating you all. I'd love to know what's going on with you and how your new year is starting out. So drop me a line and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.